Hey everyone, it's Clint. Welcome to Sweetcast. I'm not going to talk about pronouns, even though that's presumably what I want to. That's what this ends up being about. It's not though. Patrick Searcher is actually speaking some truth here. There's a problem. That is, everybody wants to look good. They want to look like one of the good ones, and when you do that, you're willing to throw anybody under the bus that you possibly can to do so. It's a problem. Patrick Zerker has now been pointing that out, which is a good thing. So this all comes down to Sandman. We're gonna talk about that. First, Downcast 3 Submerged. It launches on Tuesday. I've been fiddling with this tagline. It's not a whole pitch. I'm so limited. It's just a tagline. I want to do everything with it. But turns out I don't think the tagline is quite all that important, although it is important that it has proper grammar. It's edited properly. I've been tweaking with it a lot. So thanks for those that pointed out that I had a typo in it on the last video. Check it out. You can sign up. You want to back this within the first 24 hours because if you do, you get a fold-out poster and a trading card that nobody else is going to get. So really appreciate all of your support on that. All right. What is this all about? It comes down to the Sandman coming on to Netflix. Basically, that's what's happening. Now, I don't really care because Netflix, frankly, has been kind of spotty with stuff that they put out. I just don't care. If you enjoy the comic, that's fantastic. You enjoy the comic. That's all there is. If you've been waiting for a movie, though, and as you see the casting, and as you see the marketing materials, and you realize, they care a lot about being woke, that makes me feel uncomfortable. Because it's awkward. Have you ever been in the room physically with a person who is trying to virtue signal right in front of you? It makes you feel uncomfortable because you know that they're trying so hard. They're being fake. It's performative. That's weird. It's really strange. So when a company does that, it's also really weird. And it also makes you think, they would call me a bigot given the opportunity to do so. So when it came to fans saying, hey, I didn't like casting choices because clearly you changed races specifically they're talking about Death here. I think that was the one. Kirby Hal Baptiste is, Death. So a lot of people were saying, hey, you swapped races. That's obnoxious. And whatever your opinion is on that, it doesn't really matter. The response should be full. It doesn't matter. Let the fans have an opinion. It doesn't matter. Neil Gaiman didn't do that, though. He is going to double down and go down this trail of virtue signaling. Now, we could get into the fact that they've also put pronouns on all of the casting choices. Why that matters, I don't know. Pronouns are they're intended when you're talking about somebody in the third person, presumably when they're not there. Because if they were there and you were speaking to them, you would use words like you and me. You might use their name, but you're not going to say she, he, they. You're not going to say any of that stuff. So why is it in marketing materials? That's because they want to police what you do online, I suppose. I've no idea why else they would do it. Then there's the race swap thing. Anyway, so Patrick Zercher posted this. He says, I'm so glad that comics sell in such vast numbers that pros dumping on fans is no problem. Oh, wait. And he continues. This is the exchange, not friendly. Herbert didn't need to suggest that Neil only liked the casting because of the money. Oh, was that the reason why? Neil didn't need to infer wanting Death as fans saw her was shallow or racist. I mean, this is one of those things. It's not like a book. The character has been drawn. Okay. And then he continues. But Neil's voice carries, and pros, self included, need to stop acting like this. Well, what exactly did he do? Let's see. Here's the original tweet in question. Herbert, presumably some rando dude on Twitter. Please don't contact him. He says, Death, the most iconic and beloved characters from Sandman. Her design was pure brilliance in its simplicity and people love her and how she looks in the comic. As the creator, you knew this, and that is the one design you went screw all that with. I hope the money was good. Now, you could ignore this. I wish that somebody talked about my characters like this, because clearly this is somebody that cares a whole heck of a lot more about the characters than they do care about you as a creator, right? And so Neil Gaiman's response was, I always thought that people loved Death for who she was, the person that I wrote. I'm astonished to find that for some people, what they thought she was a white woman, and just a white woman. So clear, the implication is that you're a racist. All right, so yes, that is obnoxious. And what's more surprising is that Patrick Zirkster actually said something about this. And he continues, he said, personally, I'd like to see the comic book version of Death on screen. I don't think that means anything socially, but that alabaster skin, black hair, cherub goth look is a winner. But I liked the movie version of Domino and Valkyrie, so maybe I'll like the movie Death too. What, you can have an opinion on fictional characters without being racist? That's amazing. What did I miss? What happened this time? He posted it. He posted it, man. I get that clapping back at some raw jerk stirring stuff. I'm trying to edit this because they are like gnats. How is he like a gnat? He posted a comment. You don't have to respond. You're famous. You've got millions of dollars in the bank. You don't have to respond. It gets annoying, but I'll never understand why some people feel the need to attack their readers like they already decided they were their rivals from the get-go. It's because they want to look good in front of who I don't know. They want to impress the right people. So don't care about any of this about Sandman, but I do think that this is at least hopeful if pros are having the discussion that, you know what, it's not a good idea to be dumping on your fans. It's not. Just let them have opinions. You can't disguise your decisions with your stories with racism threats, essentially. People are going to have opinions. They're allowed to do so. They should be allowed to do so without repercussions. It's a fictional character, after all. If you're going to make personal statements about them, it just doesn't make any sense to do so. But changing races, making that a shield for any criticism is pretty silly. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. I appreciate you for watching the video. I've got some work to do, and I'll see you in the next video.